friends, it's Emma from Emma K Plans, and today is a bit of a different video for me. I understand this won't interest everybody, and that is totally fine. To be honest, I wasn't interested in these videos when they first kind of hit the planner scene a couple of months ago. It's more of a recent thing for me, so I fully get if you're not interested, and like I'm not really going to be doing a whole lot of content in this space, but I just really wanted to show you guys my setup for my reading journal, like the start of it, and then I'll probably do like a flip through and then that's it. Unless you guys want to see like monthly stuff and you're interested in that sort of thing, but I'm fully aware of like it being like the trend and the craze, and like that frustrates me sometimes when all the content kind of moves towards like a different trend or something that I'm not interested in. So just let me know. I fully, like I will do whatever you guys want. So for the first time this year, I am going to be doing a reading journal, and I feel like for the first time in like a few years, I'm like super excited about planning and crafting and journaling, and to be honest, it's actually made me more excited for my not real, like this one's fake, for my like memory planner. I'm actually more excited to sit down and do that as well. I'm feeling really reinvigorated and just like excited, whereas I feel like I was in a bit of a rut, especially the last 6 months of the year. I just was like, planning had become a chore and I was just doing it because like I refused to miss a spread, but it had become a chore. And anyway, the thought of like doing a reading journal and crafting in a different way has just like brought me back to life. So this is my 2025 reading journal. I have never done anything like this before, so this is all new to me. I have been watching a shit ton of videos, both from people in the planner community, so a lot of like sticker based stuff, which is kind of where I've gone towards, and then a lot of people not in the planning community who tend to like draw and use like markers and like that sort of thing, and pen, and so I feel like I've got a lot of inspiration. This journal's also filthy and I just got it, that's why I keep touching it. A lot of inspiration from a lot of different places, which is exciting. Obviously in the planner community, SPC has been pretty big in bringing out reading journal stickers, which I feel like are just another thing that I probably shouldn't be buying. So I have made everything myself, and I have taken a lot of inspiration from like other people. I don't claim any of this to be my own ideas or my own stuff. I'm obviously not selling any of it. I've taken a lot of inspiration from a lot of people and come up with what works for me. So with that all being said, this is covered in cat hair, of course, as is everything in my fucking life. This is from Bespoke Letterpress, which I believe is an Australian business. They have an Australian website, and like their domain is .au, which normally means it's Australian, but I probably should have looked that up. But I purchased this, well actually, technically I got it for Christmas, which is tomorrow, but it is their journal in, I should have looked it up, I don't know. It's in this like powder bluey color with like gold detailing, and it's just beautiful. I love everything about it. I also just realized there's the like little page divider in here. I probably should take that out. Oh, it's like it's like a double ribbon. Okay, that's pretty. So I think this is B6. Like, hold on, I've got a B6. Nope, it's definitely not B6. It's bigger. Is A5 bigger or smaller than B6? I don't know. It feels bigger than A5 to me, but it might be A5. I don't know what it is. If you really want to know, put it in the comments and I'll figure it out. So it says this journal belongs to, and then like crafted by, yeah, Bespoke Letterpress is definitely the name of the business. It has this beautiful cover page, so I don't need to do like a this journal belongs to, because it's already here with this beautiful pattern. This is going to be my like 2025 reading journal spread, and I just don't know what I want to do for this yet. And I really wanted to film this video and get it up for the start of the year, even though like this isn't done, so I feel like I apologize, but I just don't know what I want to do for this page yet. I don't know if I want to buy some stickers like just for this, because I'm really trying not to buy things for this. I'm trying to use what I have, but just for like the title page, or do I keep using like paper, which I'm using in the, I don't know. I gotta figure this out. So this will be the title page. And then we move into my first spread, which is the 2024 in review. So it's kind of funny. It's going to be like 2025 reading journal, 2024 in review. Now, as you can see, I had a fucking dreadful 2024 when it comes to reading. I did not read anything. This is all I read. And this one, I haven't even finished. I haven't even started this. I'm just telling myself I'm going to finish it because I needed one more book in this spot. Do you know what I mean? So this is part of the reason why I'm doing a reading journal, because it has me already excited to read. So for example, I've read this, this, and this all in December alone, which compared to the rest of the year is a lot. So I feel like it's a way to get my creativity, you know, rolling. It's a way to use a lot of stuff that I've accumulated over the years. Washi and paper and, you know, my silhouette. Not that that's something I've accumulated, but you know, use what you have. So I've also got all this old sticker paper that I no longer use because it doesn't print kits very well, but I just have it. So like I've printed all of my reading journal stuff on it. So I'm really trying to like do this using up materials. So anyway, this is my 2024 in review. I'm using a lot of paper in this journal and Simply Gilded washi, especially, that I have a shit ton of and don't use. So I just did it on a double spread. I really could have probably done it on one page, but I just wanted to get a feel for like how I liked things laid out. So I read Crescent City, House of Flame. Oh, I just realized I used the wrong fucking cover. That's not even House of Flame and Shadow. I will change that. It was House of Flame and Shadow, and I absolutely hated it. 3 stars is very generous. It just felt like, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't even know what, if you said, Emma, what happened in that book, I have absolutely no idea. I don't remember. I didn't take any of it in. It was just chaotic. Bryce turned into like this annoying person on a power trip. I've literally written in my review, Bryce lost the plot and the rest of the book went with her. Like I could not handle Bryce. My only saving grace, spoiler alert, was Lydia and Rune. Otherwise, it probably would have been 0 stars. And Nesta, of course, because obviously. I also read Court of the Vampire Queen, which was recommended to me by a friend who generally likes the same books that I do, and it wasn't great. I read it on holiday, thankfully. It was like a perfect poolside holiday read. The plot, there was no plot whatsoever. A lot of smut and a bit of fun, so yeah. And then Quicksilver, I realized I rated this 4, but on Goodreads I rated it 3. But I feel like I probably need to update Goodreads because it's more of a 4. I don't see the hype that everyone else seems to see that I know, that I, you know, on Goodreads or Instagram or TikTok. I feel like everyone loves it, and I didn't love it, but it was good. And as I've put, like, I'm ready for more. So I was testing out like using the like one keyword or key phrase or key sentence that like describes the book. So Crescent City was disappointing. Court of the Vampire Queen was unexpected, that sort of thing. Quicksilver, I wrote ready for more because I feel like we've set the story up and now I'm excited to see where it goes. And then I just recently read Phantasma, which, great concept. I've never read something darker. I say darker loosely. I know it's not dark, but like darker. And I loved everything about it. The only reason I didn't give it 5 stars is the ending was like very cliche. And I just was like, oh, really? But like, loved the book, and I'm really excited for the second one to come out in, I think it's April 9th, maybe, next year. well, this year, depending on when you're watching this. And then I just finished Caraval, which was a huge letdown for me. I feel like 3 stars is generous. Probably 2.5 star. I read it because people suggested it similar to Phantasma, and I feel like it did not deliver anywhere near Phantasma. Wasn't really my thing. But, and then I'm gonna finish Legendary by the end of the year. I'm gonna do it, which is like the next Caraval book, just because I wanted a quick read to fit in here. I don't think I'm gonna love it because I didn't love this one, but anyway. So that's 2024 in review, very briefly. I know you didn't ask for book reviews, but I guess you got them anyway. Then we come into 2025. So I printed all of this out on my good sticker paper before I realized that I should be using my paper that I can't print kits on, because 1, this shit's expensive, and 2, I need it for kits. So these pages is like very crisp white, my good paper, and then everything else is on my other paper, which is fine. For this purpose, it's fine. But I kind of like that my goals and ratings happen to be the 2 pages I printed on the nice paper. I don't know. So first of all, we've got rating system. I feel like the more videos I've been watching, the more I realize most people do 1 star at the top and then do 5 at the bottom. But to me, 5 at the top felt natural because I want my books to be 5-star reads, and then moving down like the shit list, I don't know. So 5 stars is a new favorite. 4 is loved it a lot. 3, it was decent. 2 is no thanks, and then 1 is hated it. I very rarely will rate a book 1 or even 2 stars, I feel like. Like, I really have to not like them. I also don't ever DNF books, ever. I've never in my life DNF'd a book. So I know a lot of people include like DNF graveyards in their journal, but I didn't because I refuse. If I've started the book, like I really did not like Caraval at the start, I kept going. I'm never gonna DNF a book, in case anyone cared. Then we go into my yearly goals, which I just love this spread. I really like this spread. I think it's really eye-catching. So read 25 books in 2025, which I know is a cliche, but you saw my 2024, so 25 is a lot compared to 5 this year. Number 2 is review all books on Goodreads. I don't know, I like sharing my thoughts. Not even sharing, I like putting together my thoughts in a review. So I want to review every book, and then that ties into working on my journal every month, and I want to like include my reviews. So review books on Goodreads and in my journal. And then number 4 is simple, it's branch out. I used to only read thrillers, and then I read ACOTAR, and since then I only read romantasy. So I feel like I just need to like not be so shoehorned into one genre and branch out, which you'll see in a minute. Then we get into so 25 new books in 2025. So I added the new like later on after I'd already done this, because I have a habit of reading the same book over and over and over and over again. Like I cannot tell you the amount of times I've read A Court of Silver Flames because it is my favorite all time, and I just read it again and again and again. So I don't count rereads in like a reading count, like in my Goodreads challenge or something like this. I don't count rereads. So I want to read 25 new books in 2025. That's my goal. It felt like a nice round number. It fit on the page really nicely, and I just thought like that's perfect, that's what I'm going to do. So I've got my books laid out, and I'm just going to color in with my markers that I've got over here every time I read a book, and hopefully I read 25 new books in 2025. So that's like the visual version, and then I do have a reading log, which is going to be just like writing out the books. So I've got this column's blank. It's just going to be the number, and then the name of the book, the dates I read it, page number, and then the rating I gave it. So that's quite simple, just like, I don't know, I feel like I've seen a lot of people do the visual one and then the written one, so I thought I would try both and see what I like better. Then we go into monthly favorites. So I I don't know if I've said this, but I made every sticker on here. Did I? Yeah, look, I made everything in myself. So I made the books, I made the star ratings, I made the titles, everything. So this is just going to be nice and simple. I've seen a lot of different ways of marking favorites, but this one to me just stood out as like making sense. Whatever my favorite book is, that goes here. Whatever my favorite book is in February, you know, that goes here. I don't think I need to do like people do brackets and like facing off against each other and yearly favorite, and maybe I'll do that next year, I don't know. But now I just want to keep it simple. What was my favorite book each month? And then yes, at the end of the year, I probably will have a look and maybe I'll do a spread dedicated to my overall favorite. But I just wanted to keep this simple and mark my favorite book each month. Then we go into the yearly stats, and this, I don't know why I went yellow with this one, but I did. And so I made this table and printed it off because I just knew that like the minute I start drawing lines and then not straight, it would piss me off. So I decided to just make it and print it instead. And I saw a few people have this page and it really intrigued me, so I decided to add it into my journal. And so it's just the months down the side, and then so books finished, days read, pages read, different genres, 5-star reads. And you'll, well, you won't see actually because I haven't done a monthly spread yet, but this data will come from my monthly spread and then I'll put it in this table like each time. And I just want to see like if there's a trend for like different things in different months, or if there's no trend, it's just random. I just thought this was a fun way of like, this is like my overall yearly look at things. And then the final spread, well, spreads, because they are separate, for like the yearly setup. So I've got book club picks. So I did join a online book club to like help with my number 4 of branching out, because I don't know what to read if I don't know. That's why I read the same things, because that's what I know. So I joined a book club because they do like a broad range of books. I've read through their titles from this year, and it was a broad range of stuff. And I just thought, you know what, if there's one that you really don't want to read, then don't read it. But it's more of like giving me ideas on what to read, and then you can like chat with people about it. And I don't know, I just like the concept. So this is their logo. I found them on someone I follow on YouTube. I think it's something to do with bullet journaling, like bullet journaling besties or something like that. I can link it if anyone's interested, but yeah, I just thought it was a great way to branch out, and I just did one spread, keeping it simple. The first book for January has been chosen. It's called Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher, which again is not something I ever would have on my radar, so that's exactly why I wanted to do it. So I popped that in, and then of course when I read it I'll do my rating. And then if I don't read one, as I said, I will just like note that somewhere. It's no pressure, it's just a way of branching out and doing something different. And then similar to branching out, finally is my genre bookshelf. So I just found this on, I literally just Googled reading journal bookshelf, and it was just like a blank one, and then I played color in simulator on Photoshop and like colored in the like the stuff that I don't need to color in. I just thought that was a fun little touch. And whenever I read a genre, I'm going to do the key down here, because obviously I don't know what I'm going to read yet, so I didn't want to do the key. I'm assuming it'll be a lot of fantasy, because that's technically where a lot of romantasy, like I hate high fantasy, that's not my thing, so, but I still feel like they fall, romantasy is in fantasy primarily. But anyway, I don't think this is going to be too big, but I wanted to see how many different genres I could read, and I wanted to visualize it. So every time I read a new book, I will color it in, and that color will then be that genre. So if I read fantasy first, which is probably likely, I'll pick a color in fantasy, I'll put it down the side, and then every fantasy book I read after that will be that color. Very simple, I'm sure you guys get it. And then that is my setup. So those are all my yearly pages. And then I'm going to get into my monthly spread. So obviously this will be January. However, it's still, like, it's December 24th when I'm filming this. So I haven't lived January yet. But I will be laying down a bit of a base after I film this. But I just wanted to go through my kind of overview and, yeah, get this up on my channel to see if this is something that anyone is interested in. But I am super excited. I feel like as I said before, I'm really rejuvenated and just like ready to go. I'm like ready for it to be January 1 so I can read this book club book, which I read the synopsis and honestly it doesn't really interest me, but I'm excited to try it. I'm excited to try something different and then mark it on here and then do all my stats, and I'm just like, yeah. I've watched so many videos in the last 2 weeks and I'm just excited to get started. So thank you guys for coming. If you check this video out, if you want to see more, or if you don't, I fully get it. Just let me know. But I will catch you in the next video. Bye!